Let's be honest, when you're running a small business, you've got a million things on your plate. You're the boss, the accountant, the marketing team, and probably the one who makes the tea. The last thing you might feel you have time for is wading through pages of health and safety rules. It can feel like just another bit of bureaucracy, another box to tick. But I've seen what happens when things go wrong. Taking this seriously isn't just about avoiding fines, it's about people, protecting your staff, protecting your customers, protecting the business you've built. Think about it. Your team are the heart of your operation. They're the ones serving the coffees, stacking the shelves, answering the phones. Their well-being is directly tied to your success. If they feel safe and looked after, they're going to be more productive, more loyal, better at their jobs. A safe workplace is a happy workplace. This isn't just fluffy talk. It's a solid business principle. Beyond your team, you've also got your customers and the public to think about. Every person who walks through your door is your responsibility. These incidents don't just cause harm, they can destroy your reputation overnight. In a world of online reviews and instant news, a single accident can do more damage than any competitor. So let's reframe this. Health and safety isn't a burden, it's a tool. It's a way to build a stronger business, a more resilient business, a more respected business. Throughout this guide, we're going to break down what you actually need to do. No jargon, no nonsense, just straightforward advice to help you get it right, keep everyone safe, and let you get back to doing what you do best, running a fantastic business. Let's get started. So, where do all these rules come from? The main one you need to know about is the Health and Safety at Work, etc. Act 1974. It sounds a bit formal and old, doesn't it? But it's the foundation for everything. It's the big law that sets out the general duties for everyone at work, from the top boss to the newest trainee. The Act is about a simple, powerful idea. Those who create risks at work are responsible for managing them. It's not about wrapping everyone in cotton wool. It's about taking sensible, practical steps to prevent real harm. The key thing the Act says is that employers have a duty of care. This is a legal phrase, but what it means is pretty simple. You must do everything that is reasonably practicable to protect the health, safety, and welfare of your employees while they are at work. That phrase, reasonably practicable, is important. It means you have to balance the level of risk against the time, money, and trouble needed to control it. This duty of care doesn't just stop with your staff. You are also responsible for the safety of people who aren't your employees but might be affected by your work. This includes your customers, visitors, contractors, the general public. It's a wide-reaching responsibility, but it all comes back to that core idea. If your business creates a risk, it's up to you to manage it. The Act also places duties on employees themselves. They have to take reasonable care of their own health and safety, and that of others who might be affected by what they do or don't do. This is crucial. It means health and safety is a team effort. Alright, so we know about the big law, but what does it actually mean for you day to day? Let's break it down into a practical to-do list. First up, non-negotiable, you must carry out a risk assessment. This is the absolute cornerstone of managing health and safety. It's a careful examination of what in your workplace could cause harm. Identify the hazards: trailing wire, heavy box, stressful work environment. Decide who might be harmed and how. Spot the dangers before they cause an accident. Once you've identified risks, decide what to do about them. This is the core of risk management. Put sensible measures in place to control risks. Example, trailing cables, using cable tidies, rerouting them. If staff lift heavy items, provide a trolley, give manual handling training. If 5+ employees, write down significant findings of your risk assessment. Good practice to do it even with a smaller team. Next, provide clear information and training to your staff. Don't assume people automatically know how to work safely. This might be formal induction for new starters, regular team briefings, specific training, using equipment, handling chemicals. Ensure employees understand procedures and why they matter. Keep a record of any training. It's your proof. Finally, have a health and safety policy. If 5+ employees, it must be in writing. The policy should set out your general approach to health and safety. It should say who is responsible and when and how. Show everyone, your staff, your customers, the authorities, that you are committed to safety. It doesn't have to be massive. It must be clear, simple, and specific to your business. Think of it as your rule book for a safe, healthy workplace. Sometimes all this talk of acts and policies can feel a bit abstract. So let's look at what it means in the real world for different types of small businesses. Imagine you run a small high street retail shop. Your risks might seem low, but they are there. A key hazard is slips and trips. Wet floors on a rainy day, boxes left in the aisles during a delivery, a frayed bit of carpet. Using wet floor signs, having a clear procedure for unpacking stock, doing regular checks of the shop floor to fix any hazards. Another risk is manual handling from lifting stock. Training on safe lifting is essential. Now let's switch to an office environment. You might think an office is the safest place to work, but there are hidden dangers. A big one is display screen equipment, computers. Poorly set up workstations can lead to back pain, eye strain, repetitive strain injury. Check each employee's chair, screen, desk are properly adjusted. Another common office hazard is electrical safety, regular visual checks, periodic formal piety. What about a bustling cafe or a small restaurant? The hospitality industry has its own unique set of challenges. Kitchens are full of hazards, sharp knives, hot surfaces, slippery floors. Your risk assessment would be critical here. Training chefs on knife safety, ensuring ovens and fryers have clear instructions, maintaining a strict cleaning rota to prevent greasy floors. Food hygiene is a huge part of health and safety. Think about fire safety, clear escape routes, staff who know what to do in an emergency. In all these examples, the principle is exactly the same. You look at your specific business, you think about what could go wrong, you put simple practical steps in place to stop it from happening. It's not about finding a generic template online and just ticking the boxes. It's about applying the rules to your unique space and your unique team. Taking the time to get it right for your business makes all the difference, and it's what the law demands. Keeping good records might feel like a chore, but it's one of the most important things you can do. Your paperwork is your proof. It shows that you've thought about health and safety, that you've taken action, that you're a responsible employer. If a health and safety executive inspector ever visits, or if there's an accident, your records will be the first thing they want to see. So what do you actually need to keep? The big three are risk assessments, health and safety policy, training records. These form the backbone of your safety management system. Let's start with the risk assessment. If you have 5 or more employees, You must have a written record of the significant findings. Show you've identified the hazards, considered who might be harmed, and detailed the control measures. Make it a living document. Review it regularly, at least once a year, or when things change, like new equipment or changing how you work. And that shows you're on top of things. Next, the health and safety policy, also required if you have 5 or more staff. Your policy has 3 parts. First, a general statement of intent signed by you. Second, responsibilities, who does what. Third, arrangements and how you'll meet your aims. For example, first aid, fire safety, reporting accidents. Keep it simple, keep it relevant. Make sure every employee knows where to find it. Finally, training records. Log every training from a full first aid course to a 10-minute briefing on a coffee machine. Record the employee's name, the date, the topic, and who delivered it. This proves your training staff to stay safe. Also, keep an accident book for work-related injuries. Report certain serious incidents to the HSE under RIDA. Getting your paper trail organised is a habit that will serve you well. We've talked a lot about what you should do, but what happens if you don't? It's important to be clear about this because the consequences of ignoring health and safety law are very real. They can range from a simple warning to something that could end your business and even your freedom. The health and safety executive and local authorities have the power to inspect your workplace at any time. If they find you are breaking the law, they can take several actions against you. Their first step might be to give you informal advice on how to fix a problem, but if the issue is more serious, they can issue an improvement notice. This is a legal document that requires you to make specific improvements within a certain time frame. If they find an activity that involves a risk of serious personal injury, they can issue a prohibition notice, which stops you from carrying out that activity immediately until you have fixed the problem. Imagine being told you can't use your main piece of machinery or open your kitchen. The financial impact could be devastating for a small business. If you fail to comply with these notices, or if there's a serious breach of the law, you can face prosecution. The fines can be unlimited and are based on your turnover, meaning even a small business can face a penalty running into tens or even hundreds of thousands of pounds. For individuals like company directors, the penalties can include community orders or, in the most serious cases, a prison sentence. I've seen stories of business owners whose lives have been turned upside down because they thought they could cut a corner to save a bit of time or money. But the legal penalties are only part of the story. Think about the increased insurance premiums, the cost of repairing damaged equipment, the lost productivity while you deal with the aftermath and the damage to staff morale. And of course, there's the human cost. Living with the knowledge that your actions or lack of them led to someone being seriously hurt or killed is a burden that no amount of money can fix. Complying with health and safety law isn't just about avoiding punishment, it's about doing the right thing. It protects your people, your reputation, and your future.